Welcome to Dear Alice, a lifestyle approach to interior design.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dear Alice. Happy almost 4th of July.
Yes. Yeah. My favorite holiday.
Guys, I freaking love the 4th of July.
It's awesome.
Do you know what? I had that same thought last year when it was happening. I'm like, what's better than this?
Memorial Day might be like up there. I don't know why Memorial Day is climbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because there's no pressure for a parade.
I agree. And it's perfect weather and it's like togetherness.
You're still having the barbecue.
No pressure other than like, I got to pick up hot dog buns on my way
hit
to
up
the party.
Pool
yeah.
with my kids.
Memorial Day and Labor Day are always like bonus to me because I forget about them until the Friday before. Then I'm like, 3-day weekend, surprise.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's a gift
Mm-hmm.
on the calendar.
Yep.
Yeah. So good.
You know what the real gift is though? Independence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
4th of July.
Yep.
I love the 4th of July.
How are you guys spending your 4th? Tomorrow? What are you doing?
I'm fireworks,
Yeah,
barbecues. Yeah.
That was the right thing
Hanging
to say
out
as a
outside.
guy.
Yeah.
I know. I don't like the matches.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be spending the night on the street, but Nolan and Tom will spend the night for the parade route for the 4th of July parade. Guys,
it's like a rite of passage.
It is, and Nolan's like so jazzed about it because everyone stays up all night. You can go down to the festival, like get yourself, I don't know, turkey legs or something, and like you can just be up like with all the little teenagers. It's so cute.
Yeah.
It's so cute. I won't be there. I'll be sleeping in a bed, but
but
I'll meet them in the morning.
You'll go appreciate their
Their
sacrifice,
yes,
their service.
I did that as a teenager.
You did?
I know. Yeah,
I've never
for sure.
done that.
You know what?
You were
I should
right there,
take
though,
you.
too.
That would be so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom was like right downtown, and Provo has like one of the nation's like largest like 4th of July celebrations, like in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, it's so good.
It really
Blake
is.
or no, Rascal Flatts is coming to Stadium of Fire.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm not going to that.
You be there?
No, I haven't gone since like Huey Lewis and the News used to
Well, now
come.
they have a teen. I think
it
you need
actually
to.
is. I think the last one I went was Offer One. You know, I swear.
Oh
You know
yeah.
Oh, okay.
What
Yeah.
do you see?
Yeah.
Susan's a whistler. Everybody.
Not today.
Not today. You're not so lucky.
Next time.
I swear.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
Anyway,
getting into
Yes.
it, we're diving into our newest and hottest midsummer collection.
Mhm.
We have been cooking this thing on the back burner for a couple years now. We are launching 31 pieces. We actually just launched 31
Yes.
pieces.
Yep. On the 30th of June.
5 days ago.
Yep.
So we thought we had to just get here around the round table and talk to you guys about this launch so you guys can hear the behind the scenes of these things coming to pass. And there's 31 pieces in the collection, but we're going to just give you a top 10 list just to sort of wet your whistle on it and just tell you each of us our top 3 favorite. And I think there's an honorable mention in there to round us out to 10.
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah. So I'm excited. And also our anniversary is coming up and we're going to be doing a big up to 25% off exclusive sale. So you guys can get early access if you want to join our insider program. Just go to alicelanehome.com. You should all be insiders if you're listening to Dear Alice and get to shop launches first so that you have first pick before they sell out. Our last couple launches have sold out.
We always have a couple of items in the launch that sell out because it's hard to gauge how many we're going to sell, and then it's the game of like trying to get them back in so we can keep it going. So definitely sign up to be an insider. You can shop
first.
Yep.
And you won't run out of quantity.
Exactly.
It'll just be on pre-order, but we obviously want you to get these home and start living with them, which is so exciting.
Change it to the Best Friends Club.
Yep.
You're our friends.
Yes, they are.
Get on there.
Yes, they are.
Yep. I'm excited about it too. And I think I said this in the last launch review because, again, you guys are doing product development. You're in those weeds. I'm in the weeds of like working on homes, and we're always needing furniture and we're telling you we need this, or you guys are developing things on your end. And so when these launch, like I'll see stuff in the product development room and I'll just like double take. I'm like, oh my gosh, like what is that, you guys? It's like Christmas here all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm excited because it takes 1 to 2 years to like get a lot of these things like here, like to sell. And anyway, I'm just so excited because we can use them on projects and it's stuff that's exclusive. And so you see the same things over and over again. So I love that we have a one of a kind look that like has our opinion, that has the dimensions that we know are needed in the marketplace all the time. So anyway, I'm jazzed to like hear just like all the behind the scenes stories because I think everybody wants to know that. You should know that before you purchase these things so you understand the science. the science behind it all. So
Well, also this is like
Yeah.
kind of my first feedback like from the product, because we don't like Sue, you and I like don't really talk about it until we're like doing these, episodes. So I like to hear your opinion on it, and kind of, how it fits in with what the design center is doing and stuff like that. So it's great.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll often have the design center weigh in on a prototype. Remember when you brought in this light fixture that we're working on? We're like, well, let's get the designer's reaction to it. So we'll bring it in. And
they're like, don't bring Jess or McKinley in there. Like unbiased opinion.
Yeah,
what do you
want
think?
the truth.
Yeah, because we don't want to go in and be like, what do you guys think? We're so stoked.
Yeah.
So we're like, we send the guys in with the item and they come back with the honest.
They have their poker face on.
We downplay a little bit. Like, what do you guys think? You're kicking this around. So it's always fun to get that feedback. But this is like the direct feedback on stuff, and you're living with a lot of it. And we're going to share some of those photos today, which are amazing.
Remember how Manolo's been in a crib since till he turned almost 5? He's in a big boy bed now. And we moved from the crib and the playpen to 2 twin beds. And I'm so excited. It's so cute. And so we used a lot of the new product in their room, and it's darling.
So rad.
They love it. And
Said
it just,
to Suze,
it's perfect.
hey, would you mind if we did a shoot at your house?
Okay.
We really need like a boys version of the 2 twin beds. So we are going to release those images and show you how her darling boys room turned out. So cute. Okay, let's just get into it, shall we?
Let's go.
Okay, perfect. Actually, let's start with Suze, shall we?
Yeah, we should.
Okay,
Yep.
so your top 3 items in the collection.
Okay. All right. Number 1 has to be the Marlo bed. You guys, this is the cute. It has like the little scoop. And I was telling Manolo last night, I'm like, it kind of looks like it's smiling at you. It's so cute. It has this like little dip on the top. And I love that organic shape when we offered it in the queen. And then when the twin hit, I remember you poloed me from the warehouse and you're just like, look what just landed. And I was just like, okay, noodling. I'm like, okay, I need to get 2 of those. And I love the green on it. The green is in moss velvet, and it's just like the perfect color. It's so interesting because I remember even the nursery or the room that they're in is kind of this like bluey, steely color. And I remember when you saw it live, you're just like, I love that green against the blue. And I'm like, I know. It's just like all those natural tones, similar saturations, but just that green like pops off like leaves on a sky, it is so, so good. I want to say our beds are made so well. I know this because I took a crate and barrel bed that was Nolan's from that room. We moved it to the next room. So we saw all the innards of that. No shade.
So
it's
the
fine.
Undercarriage, you put it
fine,
together.
whatever.
Yeah.
But then like these cutie pies came in and it's all walnut on the insides. Like no one does that. No one does that. You guys, the stuff is solid, and my kids they jump and they're boys and they're reckless and rough, and stuff doesn't crack.
Is it Mindy wood?
It is, so it has a walnut stain on it.
Okay.
So we stain and lacquer
still
them,
hardwood,
which
though.
is
The undercarriage.
Yeah.
So what the
all the
slats
slats.
that
Yeah.
your mattress sits on, it's so handsome underneath. And I will say, Drew, our president of our company, often says we should pull one of these beds behind a Ford truck and just show
For marketing.
like how well it's built. It's just they're crazy well built. So confidently your kids can jump on the beds, and they are built to last.
Yeah.
For generations.
It's all finger jointed and like laminated, so it's
beautiful.
like very, very strong. It's So and then obviously finished, so it's not splintering and stuff like that. Especially if you're like moving and you're taking it from one room to the next, every couple of years or however however often like you grow out of it. It just stays. It's just
Stays tight.
Yep. Keeps it tight.
It's awesome. And I love just, again, because we're good at dimensions and things, the actual spacing that we have between like the frame, the inside frame, and the box spring. Like when I'm making their beds, it's so easy to make when life is so hard, the last thing you want is a difficult bed to make for like your rowdy kids. This thing is like amazing. It's so good. Everything like lies straight because there's nice channels. Like anyway, no one can complain about making the bed.
That's right. I'm so glad you like mentioned that because we took the sample when we had it and we like put different box springs in it on the floor, and we're like, how do we need to adjust this? So that was like we put thought into that. So I'm so glad that you think that and you like noticed it.
Yeah, I will say, because at first I was like, do I get a low profile box spring? You want a regular profile box spring, and like it gets it at the perfect height. The regular box spring with just like a regular mattress. So you don't have to go get anything special or specific. You can just move your boys or your college dorm to put it together. Anyway, they're so cute. The price is awesome on it. I love them. They're so beautiful.
I think unisex. I mean, we've shot this in your boys' room, a pair twin, and then we're also shooting it on the showroom floor in more of a more feminine setting. Yeah. And this is a really fantastic unisex bed. I think green, this moss green color, can go either way. It can play with pastels for girls with little starburst mirrors above the bed, or sit in this really handsome setting that you've created for your boys.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it? I'm like, we're looking at the pictures right now of the boys' room. And I love, because again, we're not a huge house or anything. So you have this big window that they're sitting up again. That's obviously a large square. And just that little dip that it like plays. I'm like, it just turned out so great just to have the two twins, like almost
that silhouette,
just kissing that nightstand.
It's so beautiful.
It's so happy. I like, even like when I'm like going to take out the trash, I look in their window. I'm like, oh, that's cute. That's a cute room right there.
That's awesome.
It's really, really good. So I love the Marlo bed.
Awesome. What else is on your list?
Okay, we're gonna do a triple. Okay, the Mitzi shelf. You guys,
one of my faves.
Yeah, I love this shelf so much. The height. I remember when I saw it in the prototype room. I love the height of it. I love the finish of it. You can feel the wood grain. And the thing I love the very, very most detail-wise is just like those little radius corners and how like the joineries are so beautiful. And you guys, adjustable shelves are only good for like a kitchen or like if you're a closet maybe. But like I don't want that for a display shelf. Like I want fixed shelves and I want to sit solid. This sucker is solid. Yeah. Like if they use this as a ladder to then launch onto their bed or vice versa, it'll hold it. Like anyway, yeah. I have to think about liabilities, right? It should be an insurance.
That's true. And it comes with anti-tip hardware, like everything like that should. So
yeah, it's anchored to the wall already. Yeah. That was the first thing Tom did.
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah.
Anyway, so I love this. I love the radius because everything is so always hard corners in a blank room. And so I love that you just get some of that interior architecture within the furniture frame. So the height is awesome. I have like books and storage and Legos and shoes. And
this is 7 feet tall.
It's a big boy.
And I just wanted to say really quick, the difference between those of you interior designers, design enthusiasts, the difference between an etagere and a shelf. An etagere is an open shelf on all 4 sides. So you can really see in to display. So this is beautiful because as you're walking into the room, you just see the profile of the shelf, but you can still see the Legos, you can see the books. So as you're styling it, you're kind of styling it 3-dimensionally because you can appreciate the thing from all sides. A shelf means it's closed on the back and sides and you can only view it from the front. Yep. So most of what we make, I think all of the shelves at Alice Lane we make are called etageres because they're open shelves. So you can really appreciate the styling from all sides. And it's just so precious in Suze's room. And I think this off-white color, it's Jute by Ben Moore is the paint color we used for this. It's a really beautiful, warm off-white. And well, I should say it's like a neutral off-white, but it looks so good on a colored wall. Suze's walls are this blue shade, but they've got a note of purple to them.
Like this violet to them.
Almost like the mountains. Yeah. I just think it's so handsome and subtle and almost restful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the off-white note looks so pretty with the wall color shining through it.
Yeah. The other thing I like, and like look at that side profile, like as I come into this room, like you said, this was for a photo shoot. It looks beautiful. It still has all those things there, but they've continued to add things because they're kids and they like gather. And it always looks beautiful. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, your house is going to feel messy and lived in because that is life and that's how we all live. But if you can have some of these beautiful pieces to just showcase your collections and showcase the function of a space, it doesn't feel like as busy or hard.
You appreciate the mess more.
You do. I'm just like, gosh, those are cute little collections you found, guys. But on Mitzi, they're so darling and all their shoes and I just love it. So
Jess, we've been getting a ton of questions on who makes your glasses.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone wants to know.
You guys, I'm at this age now where my near vision is leaving me. You're not quite as old as I am yet, but Sue, you're experiencing this.
40 hit and like
Yeah.
I needed my glasses before, but I really, really need them now.
Yeah. Between 40 and 45, that cell phone type gets really tiny. So I was in search for the perfect pair of readers, and I tried Look Optic. And I have to say, I've loved them so much that I've actually began working with them a little bit as an advisor. And my dad's an eye doctor. My brother-in-law is. I really, really love eyewear. And it's been really fun to be back in the game. And I love their readers. I love the fashion frames. It's not a pair of frames that looks like I'm wearing something made for men. You know those readers when you go to Walgreens or when you go to the grocery store or somewhere, and they're just like a 3-pack and they all look like they were made for men. Look Optic actually has really cute frames that are made for women.
Especially for, again, those ones that look like men's, they look like a giant man on my little head.
Yes, Suzanne
Suzanne
has a child-size head, and they actually have minis at Look Optic. The Diane Keaton collection, I gave you all my Diane Keaton ones.
I love the Diane Keaton collection. They fit my head great. They're comfortable.
Yeah.
They have the cutest colors. Like some of them are matte. They have the bone ones. I love them so much.
Yeah, they're cute. And one of my little like fast passes that I want to tell everybody is that if you do the progressive lens, it's clear up top. You just get magnification in the bottom where you need it, because that's how you're looking at a cell phone or you're reading paper down here or you're on your laptop. You don't need magnification out the top because that's going to make your eyeballs look huge.
Yeah.
And then you really look like you're wearing a reader. So we're trying to like keep this low profile. And so I always go with the progressive. My favorite styles, I really love the Laurel. And they have this cool one that's like the Muse. It kind of looks like a 70s update. It's cool. They have one with a pink lens too. In fact, my daughter's still that one from me. It's great. Anyway, you guys can discover your own styles, but I will say Look Optic has been such a gateway for me as I've needed to jump into that reader category.
Right now, you can receive some free glasses from Look Optic. All you have to do is text Alice to 21252. That is text Alice, ALICE, to the number 21252. The first 20 new customers will get a free pair of readers. And if you're an existing customer, we also have an amazing discount for you. If you go to lookoptic.com, you can use the code ALICE15 for 15% off. I love Mitzi. So I love Marlo. I love Mitzi. And then I love the Anni Jar. Well, I love a couple things. I'm going to do honorable mention. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to go Annie. Okay.
Yeah.
This is, okay, everyone, this is the Anni Jar. We have some pictures too from the boys' shelves. This is a piece. I remember when Jess got this. I can't remember where you first rescued this at, but I remember seeing it in your house. The original one was cloisonne, which is a really unique, like, expensive way to like craft pottery. It's an Asian.
It's a
right?
it's a the original one was a jar made out of copper, and then it has all these little tiny copper fins, and then they press this material into the copper fins, so you can still see the fine line work of copper running through. So it's very dimensional, and the colors are just so beautiful. And I've had it in my collection for probably like, I don't know, almost 20 years now. Yeah. And Cori and I set out to find somebody who could do the craft of cloisonne. And in doing it and looking for it, we found a factory that could make it for us in porcelain, an all porcelain body. And we could really reduce the cost of manufacturing it. And we thought we could have more households get it in if we could do it in porcelain, but it has the look of cloisonne. Yeah. You still get all those little fins. The price point's crazy on this.
Yeah.
But it's like silly prices.
Yeah. But
$53, I think. Don't quote me on that.
$53.
Yeah. It's so artisan and amazing. And as we were really trying to decide what to name it, one of our senior designers is like, it looks like Anni Alber's work, who is this amazing vintage textile designer. She's no longer with us. But her textile designs are an art form, and she really revolutionized textile designs, which is designs that became fabrics, weaving. They hung her panels in rooms architecturally, just extraordinary work. So we wanted to pay homage to Anni Alber's. It looks just like her work.
I know,
and it's stunning in any space. Yeah. Suzanne has it on her Mitzi shelf in her boys' rooms, but I've had mine on my mantle. I've had it on my coffee table in my office. It just looks like fine art.
I didn't even have to steal it from you.
Yeah.
I got my own.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. She was such a pioneer too. Anyway, part of like the Bauhaus movement. And anyway, just, did some really, really hard stuff, but like just incredible as far as what she turned around. But yeah, all the line work, it feels modern, but it feels vintage. And and the colors, are so good. I can't, and like all the designers here are like freaking out. Everybody like has one like on their desk, like ready to take home. So I can't wait for people to have this because it's so good. And I love that there's only one. A lot of times we'll have like a collection, but like I like when we just have like one of a kind things that just feels special on someone's shelf.
Yeah, I agree.
You could put like paintbrushes in it. You could like just leave it on its own. It's so beautiful. But anyway,
I mean, you could forage something and fill it with water, have that coming out, have the lid be a second object, you know, in a vignette. But it looks really fantastic. I'm so glad you love it because you're an artist, and
I love it so much.
And the jar is definitely created in Anni's honor. And I think bringing some of the art history to the forefront and teaching people about her work is something that I feel really excited about doing here.
Yeah. I love that.
Jess, you have an expert tip on how to sleep cool during these hot summer nights. Let's share it with the people.
I really do. Guys, it's the Cozy Earth sheets. I have to tell you, they regulate temperature. And by regulate temperature, I mean between me and my husband, we sleep very different. He's a much bigger person than I am, and he sleeps so hot. Even just touching his body is hot. So I got the sheets, and I have to tell you, he's sleeping through the night, and we're both comfortable. Also, they have this really pretty sheen to them, which I appreciate. Beautiful things, as you know. So I think they're gorgeous. The hand is amazing, and they just naturally wick away heat and moisture from your body, helping you sleep several degrees cooler. And sleeping in a cooler environment helps offer scientifically supported benefits that enhance your sleep quality and your overall health. So I feel great about that.
Guys, this is a risk-free purchase. Cozy Earth offers a 100-night sleep trial. So try them during the hottest nights of the year. If you're not in love, return them hassle-free. But trust me, you won't want to. Upgrade your summer. Go to CozyEarth.com and use code DearAlice for up to 40% off best-selling temperature-regulating sheets, apparel, and more. Trust me, you'll feel the difference the very first night. Sleep cooler, lounge lighter, stay cozy. Do you remember we probably had like 3 or 4 items like in 2018 when we were starting like product development, and we tried to do this, and
nothing.
We weren't as good back then. We were shooting from the hip a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, man, I'm so glad we just like didn't force it then and just let it, happen when it was supposed to.
Yeah.
And
2025.
Exactly. Yeah. It took us better part of a decade.
Yeah.
But a lot of people go to school for 7 years.
They're called doctors.
Okay. Honorable mention, then I want to hear your guys's, is the mushroom stool, guys. And this deconstructed tiger is so cute. I'm like, we need like a little stool or something for the boys, to launch and things. Anyway, this is the cutest, like this little mushroom toadstool shape with this cute little chunky welt. And we've seen this deconstructed tiger print like rolling around the last few years. And so I'm so glad we got our hands on some to make these stools. I love this thing. The height is so darling. The shape of it's all soft corner, so no one can get hurt.
Yeah.
So high five.
And the boys can crawl on it to get into bed.
Yes.
You can kick your heels up on it in a living room.
I sit here and
I'll set your phone down.
I'll read stories to them, or like help them like get their shoes on, and it's the best. It's so darling.
Yeah, this fabric. So the original fabric that this is, I would say inspired by, the original one's from Décor, and this is one that's actually made in North Carolina.
Yeah, the fabric on this piece itself is handmade in North Carolina.
One, the original Décor one is a silk velvet. This one is a really nice blend, a really responsible fabric, and a much lower price point. So, but you get that deconstructed tiger look, which I think every room looks more fashionable with a little pattern. This is your pocket square moment, if you will, in the outfit. So the mushroom ottomans are now here and just launched, and I can't wait for you guys to get this one home.
We also have them in an olive colorway that's in a cotton velvet. That's an Italian velvet made in Italy. So, I think both fabrics are amazing. And
I think so too.
It feels vintage though. The height of it too. If it was any taller, like you'd be like, like not as cute, but there's something about it's like, I don't know, that low center of gravity. It's just really, really darling.
Yeah.
They were smaller then.
And it kind of evokes a playful feeling in a room too, and individualism, which is really great.
Yep.
If you are starting to get into the pattern on pattern play and you don't know how to do it, I guarantee you this will get along with like any other patterns because it's like animal print. Exactly. Yeah. So it'll play well with others. So love that.
Definitely.
Okay, so those are my favorites. What are your favorites?
Cori, what are your faves?
Man, so the Stevie Triangle Ottoman,
Cool.
or we're just calling it the Stevie Ottoman. Yeah.
Steve, we named it after Stevie Nicks.
Because it's a rock star of a thing.
It is a rock star of a thing. It kind of reminds me of a guitar pick, the shape of
Totally.
it. It's a triangle. Do you want to show them the, you can see it's like a triangle with soft corners, and it's 3-legged, and we did this really beautiful off-white paint grade on the base, but you can see the wood grain coming through, which I always think elevates everything if you can feel the wood coming through it. This thing is so freaking chic. I am really excited. I've walked that around the showroom and played with it. I can't wait to get my hands on that. I want it in my living room right now. It's so good.
Obviously, the shape of it, I love. Just it being a good. When I first saw Jess's design from him, I was like, that's a rad guitar pick, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's cool. But it's also solid ash, the base is. So
I do love
I'm just
the
like,
ash
man,
green. The ash green is like money. Anytime I can specify something in that in our projects, I do. So I'm glad that you did that.
And it's like a hardwood. Like that thing is solid.
Yeah.
So
it's a tight green.
my like male brain loves the function of it as well, you know?
Yep.
So
Oh, I'm glad I wore the denim vest. Channel Stevie.
yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah. You want to do a little Stevie Nicks?
keep going,
Okay.
guys.
Yeah.
Want to sing a little
All for one.
something? Yeah.
My next, fave thing, I guess there's 3 of them, but the Orb candlesticks. Yeah.
They're so cute.
These ones that we worked on for a bit. We had like a couple different finishes in them, a couple different ways of kind of executing it. So they're in an antique brass finish right now, which is
So chic.
I don't think I'm ever going to tire of antique brass. There's just something like, historic feeling about it. I had the samples probably like a month and a half ago at my house. We were throwing a party and I had them sitting on my desk. I'm like, I'm going to take them, use them. Literally the most comments on these candlesticks over anything else in my house. So I was like,
Amazing.
yeah.
That's a winner.
That's amazing.
Yeah, my mother-in-law was like, I want to I want a pair of these. I was like, well, they're not out
It
yet.
comes in
Sorry.
3.
Yeah.
Sorry.
a set. But yeah, so I was like, June 30th, you can get yourself some.
Drop.
So
Yeah. I feel very like 1960s, 1970s. They definitely are giving vintage. And I feel like because the height is kind of low and groovy, I think these on a cocktail table would be really great. Our crystal candlesticks are all much higher, and I almost feel nervous about those on a cocktail table, but these being kind of low slung and kind of, I don't know, groovy and mid-century a bit.
I was going to say groovy, but yeah, that's awesome.
Dining table, you can still talk over the top of them. You can do them on a mantle. I just think they're going to have a lot of play. And they kind of have this trumpet base where they splay out at the bottom, which, almost feels like a musical instrument at the same time. I dig these brass orb candlesticks.
Me too.
I love that they're your favorite.
Yeah, yeah.
So
They'll
good.
also look cool, I think, in pairing with the crystal too.
Yeah.
And like the shape of it isn't like too demanding.
Yeah.
I think if you're doing a collection on a mantle or something, I think having those sprinkled there and everywhere.
Quick honorable mention though, we do have another set of candlesticks coming out. I know this one's not on your favorites list, but it's definitely on mine. And this is the new crystal candlestick. It is so stunning. A little more sleek than our past faceted one that really catches the light. This is just crystal clear, modern column with a little bit of detail, which I think makes it feel more classical. These come in a set of 2.
Yep.
And
same size, right?
Those
Same
are gonna
size.
Same size.
2 of the same size. Kitchen table on a console, mantle. These are just stunning. Also just a little bit lower than the past ones, so they can go on a cocktail table.
100% K1 crystal too.
Beautiful.
So highest refraction rate. So when the light hits it, it's doing its thing,
Yeah. So you'll have your option on candlesticks.
And I like these too because I'm like, as a set of 2, whether you're a maximalist and you're just like doing all the goopy layers, the Ralph Lauren layered look, right? Or you just like want just like a really simple console with just like 2 candlesticks, simple stack of books, and you walk away. Like you don't need anything else. You don't need it in varying heights. Like you just have those, and it's so chic. And so again, you don't have to buy as much. You just have to buy better. And these all I think fit that category of buying better, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah. Well said. So good.
Okay.
So my third favorite one is the James dining table. So we had a James center hall, has awesome reeded detail around it in walnut, and we had some requests for a darker dining table. So we were like, I love James. Let's see how it looks in a 72-inch round, 60-inch round. Got them both made. We were loving it and digging it. And we were like, okay, so now we went darker. Let's see if we kind of like rein that back and put it in the Brooklyn bleach walnut finish as well. And then we'll kind of just see which one we like. We loved them both. So we're like, we're doing both. So
good.
Yeah. James dining table, 2 different sizes, 72-inch round, 60-inch round, and then both sizes come in either the bleached walnut finish or the original James dark walnut finish. So both, in my opinion, are super dope. Probably just like depends on like your flavor, you know. So yeah, I'm really excited about both of them. I feel like the bleached walnut with the reading on it, I was like just had reservations. I was like, we'll see how the reading looks, because sometimes when you get that many like lines in something that's light, that's all you notice is the space in between. We nailed it. It looks so good. Yeah. So I'm really excited about how they turned out. Super proud of them. So made my list.
Cool. Made the list.
They're so good. Okay. And since we were launching dining tables, we were like, we've got to launch a dining chair.
Yeah.
In fact, dining chairs have been on our list. McKinley and I set out to do 5 new dining chairs this year was our goal. So you are top on my list is Yvette. It's a new dining chair from us. We haven't had a dining chair and counter stool launch since Midsummer last year, this time. We had 9 items launch in total for the Midsummer collection. This Midsummer collection is 31 items.
We're busy.
Guys, we're getting so good.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This Yvette chair has been in the works for over 2 years. It's our take on a French dining chair. It's got this really beautiful gunmetal finish. And it's the whole frame is, are we steel?
Steel, yep.
Steel. And it's finished in this beautiful darker gunmetal. And then we've got these little orbs at the top of the cushion and at the bottom of the feet. We're doing it in 2 colorways. We're calling the first Terra leather and tweed. So you've got a seat that's leather and wipeable. And then the back cushion it looks like a Chanel jacket. It's like a Chanel tweed. So it comes in Terra, which is like a terracotta color. And kind of earthy. And then we have one in ocean leather and tweed, which is this really beautiful French blue with the French blue tweed.
So I want these.
We just couldn't decide which
I really
color.
want them.
We're like, everybody's going to love both colors. Let's kind of like James table. Let's come out in both and then let the people choose.
Yep.
So you can get counter stools, Suhal, or you can get dining chairs. I do think that they'll be so cute.
They'd be
in your house. Yeah.
I have such a crush.
I'm calling it right now. Those are going to be the ones that sell out, and we're going to be, So
so you insiders buy them first. You've been warned. But these are so sophisticated. We had to give them a French name, so we went with Yvette. And I also think the frames kind of feel like the letter Y, which also suits. So I can't wait. I mean, these all have launched, so I just can't wait for you guys to get them home. And you'll have to let us know what you think. And I want to see these in your house. So send us in pictures. I want to see how they turn out.
You know what's so fun is we like see all these like reels and things from like Fashion Week and Milan and what's coming out.
Yes.
We kind of called this, I feel like a couple markets ago, and we're like, we've seen so much heat coming in, and like the browns have been so hot, the terracottas have been so hot, and people are still feeling that.
The oxbloods.
The oxbloods, you're still feeling that in like all the fashion reports, but we are seeing like this like intro back into the blues. I think we hit it so hard. We were just like choking on the water a little bit for a while there. But we're seeing it come back. And like, we've always loved blue in certain shades, of course. 'Cause that's like our branding color. But I just like love that every single thing, you guys have been working on this for 2 years, as far as your trajectory of just, and projections of what is trending, we love it all forever and always, but it's hitting it. Like it's there, you know, with every single report. So
definitely.
Very, very cool.
I'm glad that you feel that too. Yeah. These are so good looking. I'm freaking out over them. I loved carrying that ocean, leather and tweed Yvette up to the James table. We were just waiting for these two to hit at the same time. We've actually had the James table
since like February or something like that.
in the warehouse and haven't been able to launch because we've been waiting for this chair to finally hit. So.
Because that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they need to launch together. And so here it is.
Family.
It's summer.
James and Yvette.
Yeah,
So
good.
cute.
So Yvette is top on my list. The Ollie side table is second for me. This is a piece that I've had in my house. It's an antique type piece, and I just haven't ever been able to find anything like it in any market. And I'm the only one that has this thing, and it's huge. Circumference is almost like 42 inches. And it's a low side table that's huge. Circumference wise. So low matters because you want that side table to be in line with your arm of your sofa. Otherwise, it's like you put a 30-inch dining table, 30-inch height dining table next to your sofa. Your arm's way down here, the side table's way up here, and the scale is just off. And as you know, we really care a lot about scale around here. Generous surfaces is something that we love in doing furnishings. And so this is going to give you that massive side table. In my own home where I have this, it's a wood top, it's got a metal band and then splayed out metal legs, which is engineered to really hold the weight. So that means you can put a massive lamp on it, but also I have a huge planter sitting on top of my side table with a bird of paradise that's like 3 years old, and it is stretching way up to my ceiling in that room. It's such a design trick to be able to have something that massive. So you don't necessarily just have to have a tree in the corner. You can put that tree on the table or that big houseplant on top of this table because it's been engineered to hold the weight, and it has a surface space to have something huge on it like that, which is that Ralph Lauren trick that we've learned. So I just have to give this shout out for designers to be able to say, this is how you really exercise Ollie in a room. If you are doing 2 sofas, this big, huge thing in between, those big, deep sofas, which are in the 40s inches deep, is going to fill that void. It's going to fill that space in a great way. Hopefully in that corner, you've got some big windows. It's going to make that plant thrive, and you're going to have yourself one heck of a design move. It's good.
Yeah. And I think as you look at Arc Digest and as we do our own homes, right? Like our own homes, our clients, it really does, like when you get that little bit of raw, as far as like the natural wood with the iron next to some of these like more polished surfaces and like Italian fabrics and beautiful polished stone finishes, there's something like electric that like happens when you feel that tension. And especially when you get like plant life in there and something growing. And you're like, am I Lenny Kravitz? I probably am. I don't know. Anyway, there's
Lenny live here?
Pretty sure. There's always something. Anyway, but there's something really great when you feel that juxtaposition. I feel that. And I remember when you first got that, like from a market, like a decade ago. Yeah. More than a decade ago. And I was just like, that is a rescue find. Like when you look at artist homes, when you look at designer homes, you always see these like little collections and you're just like, surely there's none of that. That doesn't exist anymore. I'm going to have to hunt and I'm going to have to go to New Zealand or something to find something like that. And that's what I feel like when I look at Ollie.
I'm glad you said that. I feel like that is so much of the work that we're trying to do here at Alice Lane is take those designer pieces that have been collected, much like Anni Jar, and make them available, program them and make them available so that people can get their hands on them. Actually, my third favorite is that same idea from Jean Royer makes this sconce that I love. It's red. It's this really he does a very simple version. We have our own take on it. But we've had the Maude sconce in our line forever. And we decided to come up with the double Maude. So this is double Maude. And you can kind of see our Ace and Alice sconce in here with that bullnose edge and then that big bubble in the middle. So we're using that as the back plate. And then this shape is reminiscent to me of the Jean Royer sconces, which you can only buy on First Dibs if you can even get your hands on them. And then they're just like $1 gazillion. So I know designers are going to freak out to be able to have a similar silhouette to that being programmed today for your projects that you can count on. And then I was like, what are we thinking? Why are we not doing Maude sconce in red like Jean Royer? So red is in the kitchen. It's in the works. This is going to probably be available within the next 5 months. Would you say?
We're hoping for fall launch.
Okay, good. I hope so. I'm so excited. So you'll be able to get it in the single and the double eventually. But this launch, the brass is here, and then we've got this really steep canted shade in linen that will go on it. And I just think this is
such a perfect shape.
Such a cool cat. I mean, and if you know, you know. You know what I mean? Like it's giving Jean Royer without stealing Jean Royer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good.
I might need to like swap my other sconces out like half the year with red.
Right? I know.
Gosh.
I'm waiting for the red in my entryway.
Yeah.
Anything coming off
Yeah,
the orange door.
100%.
I just feel like it's our job to start really, you've always done this really well, but I haven't, to just really be using color in our own life because we are preaching it to our clients and it's all the rage from the shelter magazines. And so we're trying to get these products out there to infuse in your neutral, you could infuse it into your neutral entry or those double sconces are really great in stairwells going up the stairs or down. So cute.
If you want to feel something.
Yeah.
Do it in color.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely. So those are my 3. So that completes our more than top 10 list of the Midsummer launch. Guys, go check it out. It is so, so good. I can't wait to hear how you guys receive it and what your thoughts are. Leave us a note in the comments and definitely send us in those images when you start getting this stuff home, living with it, or if you're going to use it in your clients' projects. If you're not already part of the To the Trade program, if you're a designer, definitely join that. We've got great perks for you there. And these items are all in the warehouse. They just landed and they're all still available. So definitely go shop them. Thank you to everyone who's listening and who's supported Alice Lane. It's been such a privilege for us to get to do this work. We love it. We love building the product and we love sharing it with you. And it's available on alicelanehome.com. Next week, we have an exclusive behind the scenes look at my new living room project.
Guys, when my jaw hit the floor when I saw it in person. It's bonkers cool.
I had Cori come by we had a little meeting at my house and he helped us plant some things on my porch. And so he had a first look before it was fully put together. Anyway, you remember when I was sitting here at the table saying, I'm going to have to cut my hair and get a perm because I'm just so sick of myself?
Yeah.
We did it. We painted the grass cloth and we're going to be showing you guys next week. So tune in for that. Good. And remember to comment, follow, and review us and invite your friends to watch. We'll catch you guys next time. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hey, thanks for listening. If you like our show, please leave a 5-star rating.